Do you feel like your dreams are just sitting there, gathering dust, heavy on your heart, but you can't seem to take that first step? Have you ever felt the weight of potential that you know you carry, yet for some reason, it seems too much to act on? This is the reality for many women. It's not uncommon to have big dreams, lofty goals, and an overwhelming desire to make a significant impact in your life and the lives of others. But the gap between desire and action is often filled with uncertainty, fear, and resistance. Procrastination, especially when tied to your dreams, can feel like an anchor, pulling you deeper into the sea of hesitation. Procrastination is more than just putting off tasks. It is an emotional and mental state that is both frustrating and exhausting. It comes from a place of fear, guilt, shame, or even self-doubt. It often isn't about a lack of willpower, but rather an overwhelming fear of failure, judgment, or simply the unknown. Many women put off their dreams because they're afraid of what might happen when they finally take action. Will they be judged? Will they succeed or fail miserably? The fear of the unknown can paralyze you into inaction, leaving you stuck in the same place day after day. You may feel like you're running in circles, chasing a vision that is always just out of reach. But let me tell you this, you are not lazy. You are not incapable. Procrastination is just your mind's defense mechanism trying to protect you from what feels uncomfortable. It is a sign that you are on the verge of something great, but are resisting stepping into your own power. Understanding why we procrastinate is the key to overcoming it. Women, more often than not, face unique pressures, societal, familial, and self-imposed, that can make it hard to move forward. The fear of not being enough, the burden of perfectionism, or even the overwhelming weight of others' expectations can stop you from pursuing your dreams. When you procrastinate, it's often tied to fear of failure. The fear of not succeeding can be paralyzing. If you've failed before, or if you've been told you won't succeed, your mind will fight to avoid that feeling of inadequacy. Procrastination then becomes a form of self-protection. Perfectionism, many women feel that if they can't do something perfectly, they shouldn't do it at all. The need to have every detail just right before moving forward is a dream killer. In reality, perfection doesn't exist, progress does. Lack of clarity. Sometimes, we don't know where to start. When the goal is so big, it's hard to know the first step. This leads to feeling overwhelmed, which in turn fuels procrastination. Self-doubt and imposter syndrome. As women, we often doubt our own worth and abilities. The feeling of not being enough or qualified can keep you from taking action, even when you have everything it takes to succeed. Procrastination doesn't just delay your goals, it drains your energy. Every day that you don't take action, your dreams become heavier. The weight of unfinished tasks, coupled with the guilt of not moving forward, can lead to increased stress and anxiety. Think about this. Every day you delay, you reinforce the belief that you are not capable or deserving of success. And each time you procrastinate, you push your dreams further into the future, making it harder and harder to bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. But here's the truth. Procrastination is not permanent. It can be overcome. You don't have to live this way forever. Once you acknowledge the pain of procrastination, you can shift your mindset and take action. What if I told you that procrastination can actually be a blessing in disguise? Every time you put something off, it's a chance to explore the underlying reasons why you're hesitating. Procrastination is your internal system saying something is in the way, and this is the moment to dig deeper. By understanding the emotions and fears that come up, you can begin to unravel your hidden potential. Here's the key. Instead of fighting procrastination, embrace it as an opportunity for self-discovery. In those moments of hesitation, reflect on what's really going on. Are you avoiding something because it feels too big, too overwhelming, or because you're afraid to fail? When you understand the source of your procrastination, you open the door to breaking through those barriers. This is where true transformation happens. Are you tired of feeling stuck? Do you want to finally take control of your dreams? Subscribe now to take your first step toward a life of clarity, confidence, and action. Your transformation begins today. This part is where the magic happens, the turning point. Now that we've explored the emotional and mental barriers that procrastination puts in our path, it's time to move into action. This section will provide you with the practical tools and strategies to break free from procrastination and step into the life you truly want. Step 1. Recognize the root of your procrastination. Before you can overcome procrastination, you need to dig deep and recognize the root cause. Procrastination is often tied to deep-seated fears and limiting beliefs that may not be immediately obvious. You need to ask yourself, what am I afraid of? What do I believe about myself that's preventing me from taking action? What would happen if I failed? By acknowledging your fears and confronting them, you immediately take the power away from procrastination. Fear thrives in the darkness, but once you shine a light on it, it loses its grip on you. Exercise. Write down your procrastinated task. Then for each task, write down the fear that is connected to it. For example, I'm afraid of launching my business because I might fail, or I'm afraid of exercising because I might get injured. Then, flip the script. Write down a positive affirmation. I am capable of starting my business, and I will learn from my mistakes, or I am strong, and my body is resilient. Step 2. Set clear, actionable goals. When your goal is vague or too broad, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. Procrastination thrives in ambiguity because it gives your mind an excuse to avoid action. To break the cycle, you need to set clear, actionable goals. Be specific. Instead of saying, I want to lose weight, say, I will walk for 30 minutes every morning this week. Make it measurable. Instead of I want to be successful, say, I want to complete one project every month for the next 6 months. Set a timeline. Instead of saying, I want to start a business, say, I will complete my business plan within the next 2 weeks. Action tip. Create a 90-day action plan with clear steps and deadlines for your goals. Breaking things down into smaller tasks will make them feel more manageable and less intimidation. Your environment has a direct influence on your actions. If you are surrounded by chaos, clutter, or distractions, your mind becomes equally chaotic, which fuels procrastination. Take control of your space and time, and create an environment conducive to productivity. Action tip. Declutter your workspace. Clean up your desk, remove unnecessary distractions, and organize your files. A clean, orderly space signals to your brain that it's time to focus and be productive. Step 4. Embrace the power of self-compassion. The next step is crucial, self-compassion. As women, we often hold ourselves to extremely high standards, and when we fall short, we tend to beat ourselves up. Self-compassion is not only about being kind to yourself, but also about giving yourself permission to be imperfect. Action tip. Whenever you make a mistake or face a setback, talk to yourself the way you would talk to your best friend. Instead of saying, I'm a failure, say, this is a learning experience. I will do better next time. Step 5. Tap into your divine feminine power. Your divine feminine energy is your intuitive, nurturing, creative power. By connecting with this energy, you tap into an endless well of inspiration and strength. To break free from procrastination, you must trust yourself and trust the process. Action tip. Spend time each day doing something that reconnects you with your inner self. Whether it's meditation, journaling, or spending time in nature, these practices will strengthen your connection to your divine energy and help you act with confidence and grace. Now that you have the tools and the mindset to break free from procrastination, are you ready to take action? Subscribe now to keep learning and growing with our community of empowered women. Transformation doesn't happen overnight, but every step forward you take is a step closer to the woman you're meant to be. It's not about perfection, but progress. And remember, each time you take action, you're rewriting your story. As we step into the final part of your journey, let's talk about what comes next. Overcoming procrastination is not a one-time event. It's a continuous process that unfolds with every step you take. This part is about sustaining the momentum, acknowledging setbacks, and embracing the ongoing journey toward your highest potential. When you commit to change, you're setting yourself up for long-term success. But here's the truth. There will be challenges. There will be days when procrastination tries to creep back into your life. But remember, it's not about perfection. It's about persistence. Embracing the journey, not the destination. It's easy to focus on the end goal and believe that happiness, success, or peace will come only once you achieve it. But transformation doesn't work that way. True growth happens in the process. Every task you complete, every challenge you overcome, and every decision you make brings you closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Consider this. Think of the last time you faced a challenge and conquered it. It may have been small, or it may have been a monumental breakthrough. But in that moment of action, you didn't just achieve the outcome, you learned something invaluable about yourself. This is why the path forward is just as important as the destination. If you focus only on the final goal, you risk losing sight of all the growth and lessons you gain along the way. Building sustainable habits for long-term change. Now that you've learned the 5 steps to overcome procrastination, it's time to solidify these into your daily habits. A habit is a routine behavior that becomes automatic over time. The more you repeat a positive action, the more natural it will feel. So, how can you ensure that the transformation lasts? Consistency is key. Small steps taken consistently will yield bigger results over time. Whether it's exercising every morning or writing for 30 minutes a day, the key is to show up for yourself consistently. Even on days when you don't feel motivated, discipline will carry you through. Start small, no matter how small, because every effort counts. Example: let's say you've decided to start a podcast, but have been putting it off. Instead of waiting until you have all the equipment and perfect content, start by recording a 5-minute episode with your phone. The act of creating something will build momentum and move you closer to your bigger goal. Track your progress. Keeping track of your progress is essential to maintaining motivation. Whether it's in a journal, an app, or a visual tracker, seeing your accomplishments in real time can be an incredibly empowering experience. Each time you check off a task, you'll feel a sense of pride and satisfaction that propels you to keep moving forward. Exercise. Create a wins journal. Each day, write down something you accomplished, whether big or small. Over time, you'll notice that your list grows longer, and you'll have a visual reminder of how far you've come. Celebrate milestones. Celebrating your milestones is vital. The journey may feel long at times, and it's easy to forget how much progress you've made. When you reach a small goal, celebrate. Take a break, treat yourself, or share your progress with a friend. Acknowledging your achievements reinforces the belief that you are moving in the right direction. Example: if you complete a major task that's been on your to-do list for weeks, reward yourself with something you enjoy. Whether it's a relaxing bubble bath, a day out with friends, or a special treat, celebrating milestones keeps you motivated. Navigating setbacks with self-compassion. There will be days when procrastination resurfaces. Maybe you'll miss a deadline, fall off track, or find yourself in a rut. And that's okay. Setbacks don't define your progress. They are part of the process. In fact, they are often the most powerful moments for growth because they challenge you to face your inner resistance. When setbacks happen, practice self-compassion. Don't beat yourself up. Instead, recognize that failure is not a reflection of your worth, but rather an opportunity to learn and pivot. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What will I do differently next time? Exercise. When you face a setback, write a letter to yourself as if you were speaking to a best friend. Tell yourself that it's okay to fail, that you are worthy of success, and that you are on the right path. This exercise will shift your perspective from self-criticism to self-love and growth. The power of community and accountability. One of the most powerful ways to stay motivated is by surrounding yourself with a supportive community. Accountability partners, friends, or mentors can offer guidance, encouragement, and a sounding board when you feel stuck. Find a group of like-minded women who understand the challenges you face and are committed to growth just like you. Being part of a community of empowered women helps you stay on track, even when you feel discouraged. Knowing that others are rooting for your success can keep you accountable and help you push past the moments of doubt. Example: join a women's group, start a mastermind, or even simply check in with a friend every week to share your goals and progress. Having someone to talk to and celebrate your wins with makes the journey feel less lonely and more impactful. The transformational power of belief. The most important belief you can cultivate on your journey is the belief in yourself. Every woman has a unique story and a unique set of gifts. But those gifts can only be brought to life if you believe that you are worthy and capable of achieving them. When you believe in your potential, you attract opportunities, people, and circumstances that align with your vision. Remember this: your journey is yours to create. The universe responds to your energy. When you show up as the woman you are meant to be, confident, resilient, and ready to take action, you create the space for your dreams to unfold. So what's next for you? You've learned the tools and strategies to overcome procrastination, and now it's time to put them into action. It won't always be easy, but with each step, you will build momentum. You will move closer to your dreams and the woman you are meant to be. Transformation is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about taking consistent action and having the courage to keep going, even when the road gets tough. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep believing in your potential. The world is waiting for you to step into your greatness. If you're ready to continue your journey, to take action, and to transform your life, subscribe now. Join a community of women who are committed to healing, growing, and thriving together. Let's build the life we deserve, one step at a time. Together, we rise.